Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Kelly T. Lopez, day 26 of the 90-day challenge. We've been talking about security awareness and what to look out for. So I thought it might be a good idea to go over some security terms. That way we understand what they represent. We understand how different they are from each other and the role that they play in the security world. Let's start with scams. Scams are basically any kind of fraudulent business or scheme that tries to take either money or goods from an unsuspected person. And scams can come in many different forms. We talked about spam, which is also another name for just junk email. And spam can turn into a scam, if you can keep up. And that's because spam is just junk. You can purchase bad products or services from a spam email. You can click on a link and it can turn into malware or viruses that we know of more commonly. And those can either wreak havoc on our systems or just wreak havoc on our personal information. There's different forms of scams. We've talked about phishing emails, which are spelled phishing, and those are basically emails that try to act as a trusted entity to gain your access to either personal information like credit cards or login credentials, and they try to dupe the victim through an email that seems to come from a familiar, trusted vendor or source. It could be, your CEO. It could be your Apple support. And a lot of the times you'll find that they'll misspell the domain. And so it'll act very similar to a domain that you think you can trust, a company or a person that you think you can trust. But if you don't look closely, you won't catch that they've misspelled the sender email address. And so that's phishing emails. And then we also talked about phishing phone calls, which is when they call you up and try to act like someone you know or someone that you trust. And these are called VISHING with a V, VISHING. And then the last ones we talked about were scams over your text messages. And those are called Smishing, SMISHING. And so you can see they're all similar, but they all pretty much have one thing in common, and that's that they're trying to use your trust for someone else as a weakness to gain access to your information or your system. Another form of scam that we talked about was malware, and malware is short for malicious software. Basically, it's any kind of software that is designed to damage or enable unauthorized access to your computer system. And this is also another form of scam because they basically install malicious programs like a ransomware program that basically gets loaded on there and tries to encrypt all your files. So it encrypts it in a way that you can no longer open it. And in order to decrypt the files so that you can open them, they have you pay a ransom. This can vary depending on the type of ransomware and the person they're targeting. But I've seen it go really, really high, and I've seen a lot of people lose money because you can also pay the ransom and not necessarily get the key to decrypt the files. As if you don't have a copy somewhere else, then you're going to be out of luck. And, I have seen some people get lucky and they pay the ransom and they are able to decrypt it, but nothing is guaranteed, right, in the dark world. So, ransomware, you want to watch out for. That's a form of malware that encrypts your files. We'll talk more about what to do to prevent any of this from happening to you. But if we're vigilant about protecting ourselves and knowing and staying aware of what's out there and how to combat all these security attacks, we'll all be in better shape. don't fear. Stay calm and stay tuned for some more terms and some more security best practices. Thanks, guys. Peace.